Hi, Bruce. I just wanted to put together this real quick PowerPoint to outline the topic before meeting with you later on today. So I'm going to talk to you about an idea I have for an augmented reality app for language learning. There's four parts to my pitch to you guys. I'm going to talk to you about the topic, the problem, the solution, and why the Capstone project is right for the solution. So the topic, like I said, is AR activities and games for language learning. So we see all through the literature how valuable um, uh, augmented reality games can be for language learning. They have all sorts of potential benefits. What they, researchers often call affordances. These are, generally speaking, AR is really good at eliciting conversation between users, and it's really good at placing users in a location and sort of combining that with language. So it's giving it's anchoring language. So that's great, right? What's the problem with that? Well, the problem is that AR activities can be so much more. The design is not reaching its full potential, and the premise of the games themselves are often inauthentic and irrelevant. So, what do I mean by not reaching its potential? Well, what if the design of the AR activity was meant to include these affordances rather than the affordances being sort of peripheral and incidental to the game, as often is the case? Also, what if the design of the premise of the game itself was somehow authentic and or relevant instead of something that was built around killing imaginary zombies or built around a task that may not always be as authentic for everybody? So what is the solution? Obviously, I think that the solution is we build an AR game uh, over the course of a senior capstone. We can build an AR activity that is designed specifically to incorporate as many of the affordances that we looked at earlier as possible. So instead of social interactivity, for instance, being an incidental characteristic of a game, it can be integral to the game itself. It can be woven into the design of the game. Also, we can build an AR activity that is both authentic and relevant. So we're not, using our time to play something that has no actual significance in this world. Uh, so basically, the way that my idea would work is a user would approach a bus stop, put in a bus stop number, and receive back two messages instantly. They'd get some route information telling them. So, for instance, if you put in bus stop number 1133, you would get back a message letting you know that there's an eastbound 14 bus due to arrive in 9 minutes. It would also send you an audio file, and that audio file would be place specific based on the location of that stop ID. So we'll talk a little bit more about this in person. So why is it right for the capstone? Three big reasons. This is not something that would be terribly difficult to put together. I think that it's achievable. I think that, and you can be the judge of this when after we actually talk, I think that it could be very impactful. And finally, it could be scalable. So if we could mock up a version of this to work for Portland, I think that it could be mocked up to to a larger scale as well. So, like I said, I really appreciate your time. Thanks for looking at this